Hello, welcome to Coin Help You, and thanks for watching my latest video. Today we're going to talk about AI coin grading, or artificial intelligence coin grading. I want to address a few concerns about artificial intelligence grading. We're not talking about grading by a computer. We aren't talking about a computer guessing a grade. We're actually talking about using a computer algorithms that we have an advanced AI now, but not some creepy robot trying to grade our coins, or scanner that just scans a bunch of coins and says, well, it should be this grade or that grade. That's not how it's going to work. That's about how it is right now, it seems. And that's with human graders. What I'm saying is that we need to slowly steer away from the human element in grading. What my idea is to steer away from the human error in grading. Basically, when someone is grading thousands of coins or even 100 coins a day, when you start looking at so many coins, you have eye strain. You've got opinions. I appeal to you may not be the same I appeal to someone else. And so you have all these variations and inconsistencies. And what I plan, and what my idea is for the AI, is to eliminate that problem slowly. It doesn't mean that someone's going to establish an AI coin grading system and then implement it immediately, and it's all of a sudden going to replace every grader in the country and PCGS and NGC. That's not what I'm talking about. This would probably start out first as similar to CAC, where it scans coins, kind of verifies the grades. And I guess one of the things that I'll bring up, and one of the things that I have here, is I have a 2013, I actually have 3 coins, and I have a 2013 D, and this one is a Kennedy half dollar, obviously. Now, if I have, this is graded Mint State 67, and if I have 10 of these, or 100 of these, or whatever the population report is, I can go to a show, or people can bring them to me at a show or in the shop, or I can buy them, whatever it takes, and let that computer scan each one of these down to the molecules, okay, down to the atoms, basically down to, it can be 2,000 times. If you've ever seen a coin under 2,000 times magnification, coins are not flat, okay, they have irregular surfaces, and that's why they reflect the light like they do, okay. Now, I guess my point of this is that once those are scanned, okay, this AI software will be programmed to develop what we call a baseline, meaning there'll be a baseline for 67 now, okay. Now, when we take 67, there'll be a tolerances and allowances for 67, so that hence your plus or your minus. Now, we're not going to grade them plus or minus. I mean, I know that PCGS does do some plus grades, and I know there's star grades and things like that. That can be established also. What my point is that once we have a baseline, every time a 67 or a coin that has the same tolerance and allowance will be graded 67 every single time. It will never get 66. Now, I know a lot of people are going to think, well, what do you do if one of the coins comes in and it's just a tad out of the baseline? Then it doesn't get a 67. There has to be a tolerance and allowance. This does not take out the opinion. This does not take out perfection, or doesn't make grading a perfection, okay, but we are going to try to make it, use AI to make it more consistent. That's the idea, okay. Take out the human error elements that we're seeing today. And also, I guess one of the things, I have some experience with sending coins off, and I don't have the experience the big dogs have. I don't. I'm a small coin dealer. I've been doing this since 2005, sending to PCGS. And I've been selling coins online since 2002, and I grew up in the business, but what I grew up with was vest pocket coin dealing. That's what we did. So my point is, though, is that the experience that I have derived from, I've actually learned from it, and I paid attention to a lot of other people's mistakes, and I have connections with people, and I look at coin shows, and I look at graded coins a lot. And I have an experience with a 1935 Buffalo nickel. It's the FS801, and I've talked about it in another video. It's actually the double die reverse. I sent it to NGC, it graded 62. I sent it to PCGS, and it graded Mint State 62. It crossed over. I put it in an NGC holder, I left it in there, sent it to PCGS, and they graded it for me, okay? Then we send it to CAC, okay? Everybody knows the little green beanie they can put on the little sticker, they can put on the label. Well, it got the CAC sticker okay. So basically, 3 professional companies agreed that the coin graded mint state 62. Okay, that is the best case scenario, and that's how it should be. Okay, now, but all in the same token, I have another example of a Morgan dollar that I sent to PCGS. They sent it back cleaned. I then in turn broke it out of their slab. I sent it to NGC, and they graded it mint state 64 problem free. Now, that's what doesn't need to happen. That can be prevented, because if you have, whatever you tell a computer, that computer is going to know that for the rest of its existence. Okay? So if you've got an algorithm you develop based on the fact that it scanned a coin and the coin was cleaned and it had little lines in it that maybe the naked eye couldn't even see, that coin's going to be clean whether it goes to NGC, PCGS, or wherever. It doesn't matter. It's always going to be considered a clean coin, and as it should be, regardless of what a human's opinion is on it. If it has lines in it that's not supposed to be there for the minting process, then that coin has been altered and it's been cleaned. So I guess what I'm saying is we're going to get more precise, more consistent with artificial intelligence grading. Okay, I have some coins here. Another example I'm going to use, this is a 66. I agree that this one's a point less than this one. I sent these in on purpose. But what I did was, is that this coin right here in particular, I compared this coin before I sent it in. I compared it to all the coins I could find of the same date and year, or the same year and the same mint mark on Heritage Coin Auctions. Okay, this is what I did. And I felt this coin was mint state 68. Now, if I had this sent and I had a computer scan the coin and they had the baseline, and if it fell within the baseline of 67, it would be hard to argue with that. But sending it in, basing it on all these other coins that look the same or worse, and there are coins that look worse than this coin that are not graded, that are graded 68. That's a fact. I can get on Heritage, I can show you. That's what we need to stop. All these tens of thousands of coins that are out there that are graded, they are actual scannable material. In other words, that is a huge physical database for a computer AI, artificial intelligence, to learn how to grade and to learn the baselines of grading. It's no different than if you were to hire someone who never ever had any experience with coins whatsoever, and you hired them into your company to train them your way of grading. Don't get me wrong, this can be manipulated as well. I understand that. But I'm just saying that this is the direction we need to go to be more consistent. People demand this, and you need an independent company that's not connected to all these dealers to come up with this AI. You know, myself, you know, if I had $20,000 right now, I could get this started. I already talked to a couple companies over the last couple of years about doing this, and it's complicated. It is not easy. You have to start out with one coin series. You develop your algorithm, and you develop your software, and it's going to have to be software, you know, based on either the retinal scans or based on fingerprints. We do have that. You can be recognized with a retinal scan. You can be recognized with your fingerprints. We know this is a fact. This can happen. So we know that if a coin grade is recognized by a computer, it will be that coin grade every time. Mint state 65 is always going to be mint state 65. But what I'm saying is that at the least we need to start off with a phone app where you can take a picture of your coin. It actually compares it to a photo grade in a database, photo graded coins, and tells you an approximate grade based on matching. Okay, we already have an app. It's called CoinScope. And CoinScope, it's not my app, but I've used it, and it will actually take pictures of a world coin, and it'll bring up where it scans and scrapes sites, and it'll bring up a similar image to try to help you identify it if you take a good image and the coin's got enough details to it. It's not perfect. You know, we're not looking for perfection here. Grading is not ever going to be perfect. Okay, we're looking for consistency. But that kind of app can be developed. We can get started with that. And then we can move forward with trying to be more detailed. We can start out with Lincoln Cents. We can start out with Morgan dollars, whichever it is. Once we get the baseline algorithm and the baseline software developed, then from that we can actually implement grading aspects for the different denominations. Okay, and as far as eye appeal is concerned, you can tell a computer this is great eye appeal. It'll always be great eye appeal to that computer. That certain look. Okay, it can actually measure luster of the whole entire spectrum that we can't even see. It can measure the luster of a coin far greater than a human eye can. It can also measure the amount of marks. I know they've tried to count marks in the past. We're not talking about just counting marks. We're talking about saying so many marks is on a coin. Every coin's kind of unique, but there's still going to be that baseline. Okay? So anyways, a lot of people think, well, we don't need AI. AI is not going to work. AI is not going to... Look, we don't know. Most people can't even tell you how their car works. Most people can't even tell you how a computer works, or a TV for that matter. But the point of it is that it does work. Someone came up with it. Tesla, he was an innovator and an inventor. And a lot of his technology was controversial. A lot of it the people don't understand to this day. But yet he was able to have a vision for the future and a vision for things to come. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is a vision for the future of coin grading, to come up with a consistent coin grading system that eliminates, not completely, but eliminates a lot of the human error and that we have today, and a lot of the inconsistencies. So I love to hear everybody's comments on this. I love to hear everybody's opinions on this. If you disagree, that's fine. I don't mind at all. But we need to move forward in coin grading because of the way it is. It doesn't need to be cornered by a certain company or companies or dealers or anybody else. It needs to be more consistent. And that's what we're looking for. We got to start out, take baby steps, and work our way into what it needs to be. So, thanks for watching my latest video, guys. I appreciate everybody liking, sharing, and commenting. You don't know how much I appreciate it. Really getting the likes, and I'm really getting the comments, and the subs are just, I'm blessed. And so anyways, you guys have a great weekend. Or everyone have a great day.